Hello, everyone. Margot Levette here. Well, welcome to the main takeaway. Why did I create this segment? Because I want to bring you up to speed in a nutshell what's going on with the episodes for the month of March here on Her Business, Her Voice, Her Conversation. So let's get started. I'll share my screen out. And we always start out the month having a conversation with a podcaster or an entrepreneur. This month, for the month of March, we had a conversation with Sarah Fearson and Catherine Reynolds. Now, Catherine was not able to be there in person with us, so Sarah and I just kind of chatted up. Our common bond is that we are both, all of us are authors, we are podcasters, and yes, we are concerned about the great resignation. We want to hear the stories. But Sarah and Catherine really take it a step further. They also have conversations with people who are reinventing themselves by way of a career change. They are pivoting. So let me get the sheet of paper out. They are the Impromptu Game Plan. That's the name of their podcast. And they are exploring the stories of people who have made career pivots in their lives, sometimes through choice, sometimes as a reaction to opportunity, challenge, or even both. They teach people how to align their strengths, their experiences, passions, and values to find more meaning in their work and lives. So they take a deep dive look at this thing of pivoting, changing, career reorientation. So you'll find the Impromptu Game Plan wherever you catch all of your favorite podcasts. And that was an awesome conversation that we had. It really, really was. Sarah Fierce and Sarah and Catherine come from some really interesting backgrounds. So the questions that they ask and the level of the people that they have on their show, they take a deeper dive than my segment for the Great Resignation. So let's get up another screen here on the second Friday of every month. Let me see. This is paused. That should not be paused. Let me resume share. Let's see here. I guess I'm going to have to do this separately. Let me share my screen again. Uh, And if we have to go in and come out, that's what we'll do. Okay, on the second Friday of every month, I always bring back the brunch with Margot Levette and friends, the one that's pre-recorded. It's the live stream from the previous month. So March is bringing back the February brunch where we talked about we chimed in concerning Black History Month. It was Deborah Thorne, the information diva, and myself. We talked about the things that our version of Black History Month. And then we brought on Lalisa Morgan, who almost brought me to tears. She is a therapist and she came on and she really took a deep dive look into the mental health of Black America. And she focused in on Black American youth. If you haven't had a chance to listen to Lalisa speak, you'll definitely want to catch her over here on Brunch with Margot Levette and Friends. And that's in the March line up. So I guess I'm going to have to stop sharing the screen every time I want to share the screen. What happens on the third Friday of every month? We bring on we bring on someone who's actually gone through the great resignation. They have reinvented themselves and changed their narrative, or they have just decided that yeah, enough is enough. I'm going to quit this job. And I always tell people don't do it the way I did it, just up and you're gone unless you have to. Danielle Desir, she's part of the Great Resignation series that happens the third Friday of every month. And she actually laid it out how we can methodically set ourselves up to exit that job and have in our sights our next and actually be working towards it. She's a young lady. You can see her, but she is one who is a deep thinker. She knows about money and she's telling us all about budgeting this thing. I shouldn't say budgeting, but using the financial free way to free yourself up from that corporate job. She left one that was paying out over six figures, and she was able to make her way, the mindset and the financial means to do such a thing. She's a podcaster of the Thought Card. She also went on, she has a passion for women. She works very well with women, and she created WOC, Women of Color. It is an organization, online organization that she's created for female podcasters, women of color. I am a member, proud card carrying member of WOC. Not only talk about podcasts, but she also tells us about show notes, and she keeps us abreast to what's current in the podcast industry, what job openings are available, what events are coming up, what festivals should we be aware of, grants that are out there. I could go on and on, connections, people that she trusts to help you, to outsource and to collaborate with. She has all of that information up under WOC. So she is an author, she's a blogger, she's a freelance writer, she is a podcaster, she is the founder of WOC. And I was overjoyed to have her come on and speak with us that uh, third Friday of March. Get a sip of water. And then on the last, let me stop sharing my screen. On that last Friday of every month, I always bring on a guest or I monologue it myself. And it's all about reinvention. And I'm not talking about the word reinvention. We deep dive into all of the different components of reinvention, the fear, imposter syndrome, investing in yourself. It's all about mindset, giving yourself permission to make these, as some would call, boss moves. It gives you an opportunity to take a look at how clear you are about your reinvention. Where are you in the reinvention process? I think you understand what that last Friday of every month is all about. This month, I came on and I shared my story. I had to tell the truth about something that I stumbled over that started last month, and it led me to really be able to make some big changes. So it was like a major snafu, but then it was a blessing in disguise also. And I'm just going to say we have to ask for help, and that's what this month's reinvention segment is all about, a monologue, and I'm talking about asking for help. Give yourself permission to ask for help. You do not reinvent yourself. You do not build out your business without help. You don't know everything. I don't care if what you did in corporate, you were an employee at the end of the day, and to merge and take this over into a entrepreneur's mindset and the steps, you have to have help. You have to have, you just have to have somebody who has your blind side. And I've heard many people say that. You invest in yourself. So I have no problem with investing in myself. I keep a mentor, a strategist, and I'm loosely connected to a awesome mastermind. But something happened, and I was ashamed to tell my strategist that I just was not up to this next move. I'd done it before. I've gotten women together for a huge opportunity, media opportunity. Before it was magic, as some would say, it was fire. But when the opportunity came around again, I just couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't get the energy there for it. I felt like an imposter. Everything in me shrunk back. And rather than asking for help and being honest about how I was feeling, I just shrunk away from the whole opportunity. Money on the table, no new connections for me because I was not honest with myself. I was not honest the with the collaboration that could have happened. And I learned nobody expects you to know everything. And nobody expects you to even be aware of the next move all the time. You'd be surprised who is not who is not as savvy as you think that they are. You will just be surprised. So I put all that pressure on myself and I got absolutely nowhere. That's what this issue the reinvention one, asking for help. That's what it's all about. I learned a valuable lesson for myself and for you all as listeners. So the big announcement that I have for everybody is because I decided that I'm going to look at my failures, my oopses, all of them in the context of they were stepping stones, learning blocks, and there will be many, many more as a entrepreneur. But I understand now what I have to offer people. I'm not just a podcaster with a show. I'm not just someone who is able to teach podcasting at podcastacademyonline.com. I've grown to understand the value of the relationships that I have. So now I never make any promises, but I do have connections where if you want to be a part of an anthology that is driven by results, and when I call them results, they always end up Amazon bestsellers. You want to be a part of something like that. I have the connection where we can check into making that happen. You want to be a part of a couple of magazines, we can check into the possibility of that happening. You want to be on other podcasts, we can check into the possibility of that help happening. Maybe I can help you. So the accumulation of showing of the relationships that I am a part of, they have caused me to move into Go Beyond the Interview LLC. Go Beyond the Interview LLC. You can come to me. If you trust the caliber of the interview that I give you, then I'm the person that you want to contact when you are sprucing up that media kit and you need a brand new interview to put into that kit. Or you're getting ready to launch that book and you want a giveaway, you want snappy dissection of the first part of your book or a chapter of your book. Come on, we can talk about that. And that's marketing material that you have. If you are a small business, I mean a small, maybe you are solo, nobody but yourself. Do you know that there are reasons why you should have a podcast and there are ways that you can have a podcast as busy as you are? And we can explore those things. So you see, I've added on some new opportunities and some new features for you. So I had to go ahead and build out a brand new house. And now I am putting these fixtures into their own room in the new house. Go Beyond the Interview LLC. So be happy for me. Leave your comments, please. That was just a look at what happened. What are the episodes all about? Her business, her voice, her conversation for the month of March. Now, a new newsletter goes out the very 1st of April. Be sure to go over to my website, margolevette.com, sign up for that newsletter for that one and for the newsletters yet to come. All right. That's it. The main takeaway. I'll be back next month. We'll explore what happened in April. Oh, and before I leave, I want to say, yesterday, which was Sunday, we did a brunch with Margot Levette and friends, and I truly, truly, truly want to say thank you, Harold Finch, for coming by. If you haven't tuned in to Off the Fence with Finch, if you haven't taken a listen, you have to do that. He is one that gets you off the fence. He has some deep dive colorful conversations. That's all I'm going to say. It's about dating and relationships and what you're doing with your business and different industries. And he covers the gamut. Um, you laugh. He's a guy who comes from terrestrial radio, and he's a bit intense, but you feel this boyish curiosity about him. And he had the nerve to come by and stop and holler at a girl yesterday while we were having brunch with Margot Levette and friends. So I want to say thanks, a million thanks, Finch. I don't take that for granted. That made my day. That really made my day because we started out with some technical snafus and everything. And I learned not to let that stuff just bother me. But to see you on and I couldn't get to you in time enough to respond, I just want to say thank you, a million thank yous. So really, that's it for the main takeaway. I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.